Hi friends, I want to show you today just something quick and cool. It's a blues riff that I love to play, heavily inspired by Robert Johnson, who famously or infamously sold his soul to the devil at the crossroads in exchange for the secrets to blues guitar. So whether or not you believe that story, I find him to be a really good source of blues licks. And his licks are really hard to learn for a variety of reasons. He played in a number of open tunings. Apparently there was some like warping on his actual recordings, like the vinyl recordings of the old tapes or whatever are so old and damaged that they're kind of like out of pitch, and then people have digitally put them back into, you know, pitches like E or E flat, and in the process changed the sound. So anyway, his stuff is kind of hard to learn exactly. Well, I find it very hard to learn. But I like to emulate it at times, and here's a bit of a Robert Johnson lick. I like to play it at the start of a blues, like as an intro. I'll play quickly, and then I'll kind of show you how to play it. Something like that. So, I'm using my thumb and 3 fingers to pick 4 strings. The thumb is always going to be on the bottom E string, which is quite a common blues thing and quite a common use of the thumb to play the lowest string. So there's that. And then at the exact time that the thumb does that, these fingers, in this case, this is a nice little E7 chord. It's the 4th fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the D string, 4th fret of the E string. That's a G7, that's a beautiful little chord. It's kind of beautiful in its ugliness. And we're going to move that down chromatically, so if that's E7, 1 fret down would be E flat 7, and 1 fret down again would be D7. But I'm still ringing that low E string. And when I started, if you heard or watched or whatever, I actually slided from the E flat to the E. That's a really cool sound. And I should mention that I'm palm muting the bottom E, so this part of my palm, some people call it the heel of the palm. If you've watched any of my lessons before, you may have heard me refer to the kind of like fatty little bit of the palm, but whatever you want to call it. There's a slight palm mute on that bottom string, and there's not a palm mute on the high strings. And I'm kind of accenting the first one like da 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 da. And that's something worth thinking about in all you're playing. Some people, I notice this a lot actually, all too often. A lot of guitarists and musicians play kind of, everything's the same dynamic range. So they go like da 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 da, and everything's kind of roughly in the same volume and roughly in the same tempo. I think you're a much more exciting musician. Da 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 da, whatever. Just keep in mind, you're allowed to play louder than usual. You're allowed to play quieter than usual. This is a good example. So there's that, you're running down the 3 chords. I always invite you, kind of, usually force you in my lessons because I don't kind of teach you every single thing. So there's heaps of rhythms you could do there, so I invite you to make your own rhythms. It's just that descending concept, you can do it once or more. And then what we want to do is get to a B7 chord. In my playing of this at the start of the lesson, when I said I'm going to play it for you, I did something like that. Was just on the A string, 0, 1, 2, which is A sharp, B, and then a B7 chord. That's the chord that you want to get to. B7 from the A string, 2nd fret, 1st fret, 2nd fret, 0, 2. Very useful, very cool. I use it in Spanish guitar quite a bit in the key of E. And if you're playing blues guitar, you're going to know all about that B7 chord, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so in my intro, I just went 0, 1, 2. But a better sound, or more fun in my opinion, is from the 3rd fret. So that G. So just to quickly recap, we've got the E7, we're sliding to it. E flat 7. D7. And then that's something I do a lot. I might as well show you since we're here. So we do the B7. Then I either take the whole chord off realistically. I just took the whole chord off to show you, but more realistically, if I'm playing at speed, I'll just take that finger off. That's an open E string because this turnaround is designed to take us, our ear, back to the one chord of the blues, which is an E. So, and then you're in E for a 12-bar blues or some other kind of bluesy thing or whatever you want to play. I hope that made sense. I hope you learned something today. I hope you are enjoying your guitar playing, and I hope you're practicing, and I hope my chair didn't squeak too much throughout the lesson video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment. I love reading your comments. I love hearing that there are people all around the world watching this YouTube channel and getting better at guitar. That's just like amazing, because I'm sitting here trying to get better myself, and if we're all in it together, that's just freaking awesome. So comment, reply to each other's comments. There's a whole bunch of people all hanging out playing guitar together here, so thank you all so much. See you next time.